Springs, Colorado today, and we're out here at the protest at Jeff Crank, the National Day of Lobbying. Looks like some groups involved are indivisible.
Please don't include me in your video.
Oh, okay, no problem. I just had it on me. So yeah, we were out here today trying to see what they had to say and also talk to some people about why they're out here. So we're here today and we wanted to give you a first-hand look, uncut, live stream. So let's walk around, let's wait for some viewers to come in and see what people have to say. So if you're just tuning in, we're here at the National Day of Lobbying, a 50-51 led effort, it appears, and this is being held at Jeff Crank's office. That's Congressman Jeff Crank's office. So we're going to go out here and see who they have and what they have to say, and maybe they'll speak with us and tell us exactly why they're out here and what they're supporting or not supporting today. So we're here at the National Day of Lobbying protest, anti-ICE protest here at Jeff Crank's office. Looks like the ICE mobile, the infamous Colorado Springs ICE mobile, is out here today. You may have seen it around. All right, so let's go over here to the actual protest organized by 50-51, a couple different groups. We're here at Congressman Jeff Crank's office, and according to the Post, it's the National Day of Lobbying. So we're gonna walk around and see what people have to say, who's out here, and if anybody wants to talk, we will be on it.
Jordan's here. Jordan's
Hey, Jordan's here. Never a dull moment, right? And why is that?
Because then we don't have to watch that you don't film the children, because we've had to ask you to not film children more than once, and that is a problem because we would rather that you not film children because ew. All right, thanks.
I mean, you don't have to believe in that. And nobody has to believe in that, but it's not like
They were socialists.
they're socialists. So we get that, but like we're not.
Socialists mad at me every protest because they don't understand. I don't support modern Russia, and modern Russia uses the Soviets
Yeah, oh, that's right. We don't
in a very wrong way.
yeah.
I don't support them. I do support socialists.
So what do you think that lady was mad about?
Well, so recently Gavin Newsom has tried to compare Trump to the Soviet Union. So Gavin Newsom has called Trump a communist dictator, which is just like a liberal tactic to make socialism look bad. Both Republicans and liberals are both united against socialism, so they don't like this flag. Despite I'm the farthest left. I know. I'm the farthest left I could possibly be, but every protest, someone gets mad at me. Like you can see her pointing at me right now, so I'm gonna unfurl the flag. I think I've seen you before. You might have interviewed me before.
We had a great conversation here not too long ago. I actually posted that too, and it got some pretty good
Unedited, right?
reaction. Yeah, well, I broke it up, but yes, it was
Okay.
unedited.
I tend to ramble. So she's coming back.
It's never going to exist, but I'm for
Go away.
democratic socialism.
Any comments, ma'am, about the Soviet flag that you're upset about today?
God bless America.
Okay, right now, I am just not in the mood to do this. I know, but just
So they were talking about how they all hate Russia, and he says he hates Russia too. And who you saw was protest organizer Sean Maddox, that one of the leading organizers. Excuse me, but I think I have a right to know too. We're live streaming, and I think I have a right to know too why everybody's views aren't allowed to be expressed out here. I've been shut down for filming. There's
we've
people.
only shut you down for filming when you have been filming children.
I've never
Because
filmed
of-
children.
Yes, you have. I have proof of it. So, CSEA event, definite proof.
Maybe you mean the children that come out to your event that walk in front of the camera? I mean, the news does that too. Do you tell the news not to film the children too, or do you just single me out?
No, you were in, like, and you and some other people were
Yeah,
also
you
in
don't
the
even know what you're
children's
saying.
section
So
of it.
I think this is a very biased thing you guys do out here, and this was a perfect example of it. So I have a
What is
right to
bias?
stand
No,
here
what
and
is the
see what
bias
you're
thing
saying to
about
him.
it? I was just going to conversate with him. And
You
I was
pulled
in
him
a
aside.
conversation with the other person.
So do you stand in solidarity with him?
I can
not with what he's no.
I can understand.
But I want to
why
like
people
try
might
to like
not
discuss
understand.
this with him and discuss this with the other person to try to understand so they could talk and have dialogue.
Okay.
But she decided to leave and freak out, even though I was trying to speak with her, and so I'm trying to speak with him.
Well, you do
But-
understand we're here to highlight things just like this at your protest. When you tell us, I can't deal with this, don't capture it, it makes you look kind of oppressive. Like it kind of makes you look like the fascist. So I'm just letting you know, I'm here to document. I've done nothing but be polite with you guys. I'm going to ask you to do the same, not get in my face and say I'm filming little kids and making false
Well, no,
accusations,
it is not
because
a
that's
false
what it
accusation.
is,
It is
Sean.
not. We can
Okay,
go
that's
on your
exactly
thing.
what it is. Okay, are you talking about when I filmed the child in Manitou with the blow-up doll on stage that was getting abused? Because if that's what you're talking about, yes.
No, I'm talking about CSEA. I'm talking
Okay,
about
well, I
protests,
think
I'm
you don't
talking
know
about
what you're
the
talking
actual
about.
The actual children's section of the Last No Kings, that was specifically a children's section.
So do you tell the Channel 11 News to not film children
Yes.
when they're out there filming children on the regular?
They were not filming in the children's
Would you like me to
section.
show you plenty of reports?
Was there any news organization filming children in the children's section of the No Kings?
My
protest
point,
in
Sean, is
October?
I've never came out to intentionally film children. You have children coming to your event. I have a right to film
You do
what
have a
I
right to
see,
film.
but what you don't have a right to do is follow me around, harass me, and incite a crowd against me, calling me a pedophile.
I did not
saying
call you a
I
pedophile.
okay, people you're with are, and you're the one inciting it by saying I film children. So I'm going to ask you to stop and not do that anymore, or we're going to have a problem. Okay?
Is
Thank
that a
you.
threat?
No, I'm going to have
that a threat?
I'm going to have to confront your organization about it if you keep doing it.
What organization? I'm not
Your
with an
national organization.
There is no national organization. What national organization am I with?
I thought you told me you were with 5051.
There is no like national it is a decentralized
It isn't.
organization.
But isn't that connected to Indivisible?
No.
Okay, well, so then who do I need to talk to?
Me?
So you're the one in charge.
I'm not the one in charge. There's nobody really in charge. I'm
Okay,
just here.
well, I'm just telling you that there's been several times where your comments that you started have escalated into dangerous false accusations and borderline incitement of a crowd against me at your event. So I'm going to ask you to stop doing that. I've never intentionally filmed children, and you've seen me many times point the camera away when they come around. So stop making false accusations that I'm intentionally doing that when you've watched me intentionally not do that when asked or when pointed out. Is that understood? Can we come to a consensus on that?
Can you?
Since you're the main person here?
I'm not the main person.
You just said you were.
No.
Okay, well, since you're one of the main people, can we agree to disagree that I've been out here and peaceful, and the only problem we've had is the things you say when you follow me around and people try to incite a crowd against me?
I can come to an understanding with you that if, like, I just ask in the future, if we have stuff like the children's area, or if we have like what was the other thing that was happening? Oh, like the CSEA event. That you are very specific with it.
Yeah.
So if you can agree
That's
to that,
always
then
my
I
goal.
will agree.
Always.
Then I'll agree with that. Then we can get to that point.
But I'm not going to have people jumping in front of me and getting lippy with me, getting in my face, calling me a pedophile because
I have never called
because somebody jumps
I've
in
never
front of my
called you that.
camera.
I've never called you that.
I didn't say you had, but I'm telling you, people at your events, based off of the type of rhetoric that you promote, are using that to spread misinformation about me, and that could potentially get me hurt. So I'm going to ask you to stop doing that, okay?
Okay.
Thank
then
you.
I'm going to ask you also. to
And
not
I am
just
telling
like-
you, I always have accommodated you when you've asked, and I always will.
Okay.
I'm asking you to do
Okay.
your part.
Okay, then we can agree to that one.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So we're out here. We just spoke with Sean Maddox, one of the organizers, possible leaders, but definitely organizers of 5051. And, you know, if you've watched the live streams, you've seen people make false accusations about me coming out here. standing and to just fill the gap in live stream or capture things that are happening. And then when the people don't like what I captured, guess what? I was filming children. So that's what happens. And a lot of false accusations come out, and then next thing you know, people are inciting a crowd against us. So that happens a lot. This is actually the calmer crowd out here. I thought it was an interesting situation today because the guy you saw with the Soviet flag was one of the people who's actually been very cordial with us. He's given us an interview, never given us a problem. But the people who cause problems for us out here is Indivisible, 5051, and some of the other organizations that show up at those events. So it's the people at the event, should I say, that they hold that cause the problems for us. And the people that you see kind of get a little slack out here because they don't agree, well, that's what happens. So it's interesting to see how everybody interacts. It's interesting to see how the socialist, communist, Soviet mindset out here is received. As far as I can see, there's only one person that really had a problem with it, but for the most part, people say they have a problem with Russia out here. So, very interesting day today. We're going to continue to see what's going on, try to talk to people out here. So go ahead and comment up in that chat. How do you think? How popular do you think socialism is out at these events? Should I say? Sorry, can't talk today. So how popular do you think socialism is at these 50-51 protests and these anti-ICE events? Because from what I've seen, the socialist message is amplified pretty heavily. So when we see people out here with the Soviet flag that maybe somebody doesn't want them here, that's actually a pretty rare sight, because that same guy I've seen out at many protests with the same people, and that's never happened. But when we release the live stream, you can go back and check it out. If you didn't see it, there was basically a disagreement over a gentleman here with a Soviet communist flag and one of the people at the protest that was calling him out for waving that. So it's a disagreement we usually don't see here, but it's also something that is usually in solidarity, I'd say, with these protests. So we're going to continue to walk around out here and see what people have to say. There we go. All right, sorry about that. So yeah, if you're in the chat, we're talking about socialism out here. Gentleman, well, I believe it's a gentleman or a man with a communist Soviet flag was out here, kind of got attacked. So yeah, one of the protest organizers is exhorting him right now.
Always make them just part of the. Yeah, make them just part of the thing, and then they can't really stop something because it's like that one.
They get tagged with what they know as.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, woo!
So we have one of the people out here running for Congress, CD5. It looks like Zuri. Let's see if we can get a comment.
Hi. How are you?
Pretty good. I think she's one of the people running for Congress. We were just live streaming. I was wanting to see if she had a comment.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want me to get her attention?
No, it's all right. I'll wait.
Yeah, it's Zuri Horowitz.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because I was at the forum the other day and I saw her out there. So
At the
yeah,
library?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I've been watching her ever since. She's just getting.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I've seen her out here quite a bit. So yeah, we're out here at the protest today, anti-ICE protest, and it's organized by a couple different groups, but mainly 5051. And we are in front of Congressman Jeff Crank's office here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I'm out here standing by with Zuri, one of the people running for Congressman Jeff Crank's seat. We're going to see if she has any comments about today and what she thinks.
It's not just being a good person, it's having good policies that help people. Make sure that you improve people's lives with policies that have like material effects.
And improve our government.
Yes.
Mitch McConnell died 50 years ago. The most powerful man
Were you one of the people running for Congress?
I'm sorry, I'm not going to talk to you right now.
Okay, no problem.
I noticed your video, man.
Yeah, we're just live streaming right now.
Oh, you got
1A
Cool.
underscore media.
Gotcha. What's your angle?
We're
Just curious.
just a constitutionalist observance and just kind of standing up for the First Amendment, freedom of the press, freedom of speech, stuff like that. So
Yeah, absolutely.
we're big, just pro-American advocates. It's pretty much the best way to describe us.
So where's your platform at?
1A underscore media, or you can go to 1amediagroup.com.
Did you originate here?
Yeah,
in the
we're out of
Springs?
Colorado Springs, so that's why we get to cover a lot of these other protests.
Is that your
No, the van up there.
No, work hard, live free.
Oh, this? Oh no, but I like the hat though.
Yeah. I want to get
See
your
the hat
address
up here.
for the media. Let's see.
So yeah, we're out here today with some protesters. We're live right now, and this is a relatively smaller protest compared to what we see. We're in front of Congressman Jeff Crank's office here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. We're just talking to people about First Amendment media, what we represent out here, what angle we're coming from, just what we advocate for. And I was sharing with them, we're big First Amendment advocates. Also, freedom of the press, is a big point of that means a lot to us. So we try to come out here and live stream, show you everything uncut, so it isn't cut down, and you can see for yourself and make your own decisions. So that's why we're out here. And yeah, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll continue to stick with it. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, appreciate you. Heck yeah.
Hi, Jordan. How are you?
Good, how you doing? Just out here live streaming today, talking to some people and
Yeah.
seeing what they have to say. Yeah.
Hey, fuck ice.
When why?
Fuck ice, ice out, motherfuckers. Trump out, Bundy, Go to jail, bitch. Go sit with that other bitch in there.
And are you here to protest ICE and Congressman Crank today?
Mainly ICE.
Any other comments that you want to make?
Just fuck them all. We're gonna get it all back.
All right. Well, you can check us out at 1amediagroup.com. Appreciate you. I'm just curious. I know I've seen you out here a lot. Just honest, cordial question. What are your thoughts on socialism?
Depends on how you're defining it. How do you
Like Leninist, Trotsky.
Lenin and Trotsky,
I
very much
don't really think
opposites.
about it much.
So you don't really think about how maybe it correlates to the message,
To what message?
like of the class struggle and like oppression and anti-fascism.
Anti-fascism has nothing to do with socialism.
What, you want my opinion?
Yeah, I'm trying to learn more about what you think and what people how people feel about it.
One thing that particularly makes me more comfortable bringing this flag around is that the Soviets killed like a bunch of Nazis. That was like one of their big things. And socialism or communism and fascism are directly clashing ideologies. They cannot coexist.
Thank you.
There's something called like a Nazbol, which is a Nazi communist, but that's just an oxymoron. We really can't do that.
Well, I was, you had told me the other day, I was really curious about what you thought. You were saying like that anarchists and communists are kind of total opposites, but they still stand in solidarity. I think maybe that's kind of more where she was coming from as far as like, the mindset. But what do you think on that? Could you expound maybe a little?
Well, the reason anarchy and communism can't coexist is communism is built on centralization, or at least socialism is built on a strong state or a centralized government, whereas anarchism is entirely built on decentralization. So anarchy is all about there being no hierarchy, so there's no president, there's no government, and especially no police. So,
Right.
like, it's directly clashing, but anarchists and communists have a lot of similar goals. We both advocate for revolutions. Anarchists, a lot of times I meet them, they're pacifists, but like, I'm pro-gun and stuff, but we both long for, peace on earth, fair working rights for everyone.
So do you think like the community control, the police message would be more of a socialist message as opposed to anarchist message?
I think it could go both ways. Total anarchy I don't think would have police at all.
Right.
It would be more like people. I don't even know. I'm not an anarchist, so I'm not much read up on the literature. But I would really. It could go both ways, but I think it would be more on the maybe the like just general left side of the spectrum, like even to the right side of the spectrum. I think a lot of conservatives would agree that like the community should have say in the police, in like how the police operate, what they do,
Right. Well, and then you got the defund the police message too, which is a little bit more extreme. So, but I just think it's been interesting to come out here and talk to people like yourself who like to have conversations, and see the convergence of like different ideologies around some of these messages.
Yeah, I mean, an example of very different ideologies standing under one like ideal would be this, because there was that lady earlier that got very mad at me. I don't know what she was. Maybe she's a libertarian, maybe she's just like just doesn't like the Soviet Union and communism. But I mean, she's obviously against ICE and I'm against ICE. So even though we are directly clashing and she obviously hated me, we still agree on that, you know. I forgot the word for it. It was something like Antonio Gramsci said, but there's a word for like when two people that don't agree on a big thing agree on a small thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've heard a lot of differing opinions, but we've heard a wide range of people who are more like in support of the Bolivarian Revolution and like Bolivarian socialism. So it's been interesting to talk to people and really get the firsthand view of how people feel these days and how that kind of converges with what's going on. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
What was the name of your channel?
You can go 1amediagroup.com or you can check it out at 1a_media on YouTube.
1A_medium.
Media. And yeah, we were just live streaming, so like the whole live stream will be posted, and then what I usually do is just break it down into shorts. We don't have too many viewers right now, we're just 41, but yeah, so that's just kind of how we do it. And that way people can see it uncut, and then they can also pull from the highlights. Yes, sir. Thank you. So yeah, we're out here today, Colorado Springs, Colorado, outside of Jeff Crank's office. We just had a conversation with somebody who identifies as a communist and is here with the Soviet flag. There was somebody who wasn't too happy about that today. And I was just trying to talk to people to see what the views are like out here and how all these ideologies kind of converge around these issues like the anti-ICE. So I think it's very interesting to talk to people and capture this firsthand, because there's a lot of accusations, there's a lot of misinformation, but I mean, you're seeing it here firsthand, people. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and stick with us here on 1A Media. Any comments? I'm not filming you right now. Any comments on socialism? No? All right. Yep. Hey, I'm not filming. I was just wondering if you guys had any comments on socialism.
No,
We were just talking to people.
I don't want to talk to you.
Okay, that's fine. That's why I asked. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? I'm not filming you. I was just wondering. We were talking to people. Somebody was out here with the Soviet flag, and they kind of got some heat. And we were just talking to people about their views on socialism. We're live. Did you have any comments maybe you want to make?
Not today.
Okay, thank you. Hey, how's it going? We were just out here today. We saw this gentleman over here that was having a great conversation with us, kind of got attacked because he had the Soviet flag. So we were just talking to people about their views on the socialism and maybe the Soviet Union and communism and maybe how that converges with the anti-ICE message.
Yeah, I get that. I was actually standing with the lady who got upset about that when we noticed the person with the flag. So I understand that not everyone's going to agree with that. Everyone's part of the protest and agrees with some things, isn't going to agree with all of that. But I don't know. I don't have a good answer of what the solution is of how to run the world so that everyone is taken care of. I don't believe it's capitalism, but I also don't know that it would be communism either, maybe socialism. I've personally fall a little bit more like on the anarchist side, but again, I'm not sure of that either. So I think we're all here because we know that's what's happening now is far from okay. So that's really all that I feel most strongly about saying. I don't have any solutions.
No, that's great. I appreciate that. And have you seen anything like that or similar happen before in one of these protests, or somebody getting mad over conflicting ideologies?
But I haven't been to many protests. This is my third one. Obviously, I did not come prepared. tired. I didn't wear the right jacket. But yeah, so no, this was my first time seeing anything like that in a protest.
Okay. Well, that's all I really had. Unless you have anything else to say, I really appreciate your time.
No, thank you.
All right. Thanks. Hey, we were just out here live streaming, and we were talking to people about what happened with the guy over here with the flag and the lady that was a little upset about his ideology, and asking people what they thought about socialism, communism, or anarchism. So there's a gentleman with the Soviet flag over here, and a lady had got mad at him. We were having a good conversation, just trying to talk about his views.
It was communist.
Yeah, so
Not socialist.
right. So that I was out here trying to talk to people about how the views of socialism, communism, and anarchism converge and maybe stand in solidarity out here around the message.
They don't.
Have you ever seen anything like that happen before, where somebody got mad at another person for a conflicting ideology at one of these?
They're always doing that.
Okay. Well, that's why we wanted to talk to people. I just never witnessed it, and yeah, I was just curious as far as what people thought on it, and if they support socialism. My specific question is, do the majority of people out here support socialism?
Socialism is different than communism.
Absolutely.
We have socialism to some extent. We have Social Security. We have Medicare. We have all kinds of things that are part of socialism. But we don't have communism.
So, like, this man's he's a self-admitted communist. He said he would be okay with democratic socialism, but hopefully it would transition into actual socialism. So you're more of somebody that would want a democratic form of socialism.
Democratic socialism would be okay, but not communism.
Okay. No, that's very insightful, and I think that's kind of where the public's at. There's a lot of rhetoric going around, a lot of misinformation. So to be able to come out here, hear what people have to say uncut, I think it's important.
Some socialism is good. We need to take care of the people,
Yeah.
not the rich. But communism isn't good. That's another form of dictatorship.
Anything else you want to say today?
No?
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Yep.
Hey, do you have any thoughts on socialism or the solidarity of the message around socialism?
I really don't want to talk about it.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm not filming you. I didn't have the camera on. Have a good one.
I spent 20 years of my life in the Air Force, and when I see a communist flag over there, yeah, I do have an issue with that.
Okay. I'd never really seen it, you know, and I'm
First
curious.
time I've ever seen that ever at a 50-51 or an individual protest. Somebody with a communist sign, with a communist flag, a Russian flag.
Right. Well, and
I don't think we quite identify with that here.
Right.
Well, I'm sure there's a time and place for that. If you'd like to identify as such, but I don't see the place for that.
Do you think that these people feel they should be able to stand in solidarity here? That maybe there is a lot.
No, I don't. I don't think there are ideals here at protests like this against Donald Trump and against Jeff Crank and what they represent. What the communist ideology is not part of that.
What about socialism? You think maybe it would relate to democratic socialism, like the DSA?
I heard you guys I'm a left-leaning liberal.
Okay.
And I don't think I'm a socialist, though.
Right.
You know, I'll
No,
be
hey,
honest, I don't think I'm quite that far.
I respect that honesty.
I think we should take care of. I think we should take care of people in our society. There's a lot of folks that are being left behind because of what's going on with the oligarchs and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, we need to think about how income inequality and those sorts of things, and that can be as part of this being a socialist.
Right, yeah, for sure. And I think these things, you know, there's a lot of rhetoric that flies around, misinformation, but they aren't actually talked about in a democratic way. So I like to be able to talk about this.
Well, I understand. Yeah, like I said, I spent too many years making sure that flag was it's kept in check. That's probably why I have a little issue.
Well, thank you for your service.
Yeah,
Appreciate
no
it.
problem.
Yep. Hey, we were just out here talking to people today about what happened with the Soviet flag and the lady kind of getting upset with the flag being out here and how ideologies maybe conflict a little bit, but yet they stand in solidarity around some of these issues. Did you have any comments or thoughts on that?
I haven't even heard of that.
Okay. Have you ever seen, did you see what happened out here?
No, I haven't.
Okay, yeah, it's just there was a little argument over ideologies, and I was just talking to people to see if maybe that happens out here a lot, or, you know.
I haven't seen any of that so far. Everything seems to be very love-based, which is fantastic.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Hey, how's it going?
Doing well.
We were out here today talking to people about their thoughts on socialism and also how conflicting ideologies may be standing in solidarity around topics like this can be a problem at events, because we saw somebody with the Soviet flag kind of get some heat, and there was a little disagreement over ideologies today. So we're just trying to get people's thoughts on that to see if they've seen anything like that before it happened. Or,
I don't agree with, extremists and, people that, want to dismantle this democracy or anything like that, but they do have the right of freedom of speech here in the United States. So, it is what it is. I was up in Denver on January 30th, and there was a couple of them up there. And, the only thing I could say, against them was, we need to lead with peace and, mercy and not with violence. We need to keep the peace and show that our, I don't know, how do you want to call it, ideals and beliefs are not on the side of wrong. If we were to try and force that upon somebody, then that's basically doing what others are trying to do.
well, and that's what I thought was interesting, because she really didn't want him out standing out here at all. But, it's like, it really borderlines of the message of this is America, and, we all have a right to express our opinions. So I just want to get people's feelings. Like, it seems like the message out here around anti-ICE rings true with, like, democratic socialism.
Yeah.
But maybe the communist Soviet message goes a little too far. So that's kind of where we're at.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I don't agree with anything of that nature where it wants to dismantle democracy.
Right.
I think democracy is something to be cherished. I really do, and we shouldn't let go of it.
Yeah, and I think it's all about being able to have conversations and
100%.
just like civilly disagree, because that's how good policies get made. That's how good conversations happen and good changes. People change, over stuff like that. So, it's always
People change their mind all the time, and and admitting that we were wrong is the only way that we grow.
Yeah, for sure. Any other comments today that you want to make?
Not really. Just if anybody wants to read my story, go ahead and feel free to scan my QR code. And
Here, I'm going to get a front picture on there. All right, yeah, go ahead and check out this QR code. We had a conversation with this gentleman out here. Appreciate your time, sir.
I appreciate you.
So yeah, we're up. Yeah, go.
Before you start.
No, go ahead. No, you're good. I can just put on this.
I was just curious, like, what do you think would make like some folks like in an event like this look at you as anything other than an observer, like as an agitator or as a troll? Because that's like as I'm walking up and down, like I've heard some of that kind of commentary. I'm just curious in what you think creates that, or what you think,
it kind of derives that in people when there's somebody with a camera or somebody that's
For sure.
asking questions that are maybe not leaning one side or the other.
For sure. I think it really goes back to like the 1A and free speech, freedom of the press rights, and even what happened to this guy out here with the flag. That, you know, if we're in America and people promote, you know, freedom to do this very thing right here, they usually would be a constitutionalist and support things like what I do out here, which is asking questions around policy. It could be around ideologies. But what I think gets people going is there's people, and like I was saying to her, don't you feel it's kind of fascist to, you know, say, hey, everybody's here in solidarity, but you got to go. So I think that it's a hypocritical message where people see something and that maybe they don't want something captured or they didn't answer something right, and then it comes back on the person filming. So I don't think it has anything to do with what I'm filming or what I'm saying, but more the perception of what I'm doing. Because I think everybody I've talked to that I've actually engaged with had a great conversation, you know what I mean? But the perception of maybe what other people come out here and do, I think that can give a bad name to people that do stuff like this.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm all about supporting the audit community and anybody who fights for 1A rights. It's the cornerstone of any of these other protests, whether it's right, left, or otherwise.
Right.
You can't do any of that without one. So.
Right, exactly. So if you're still tuned in here, sorry that cut out. We're out here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, at in front of Jeff Crank's office, Congressman Jeff Crank, and we're talking to people who, you know, have been out here for a while. Some people are new protesters, but we're talking to them about socialism, anarchism, and communism, and how people stand in solidarity out here, how they might feel about socialism, and it's been very interesting to go around and talk to people. Hey, we were just out here live streaming. We've been capturing some stuff happening, talking to some people, and we noticed there was a conflict and an argument about the guy that was standing with the Soviet communist flag and another lady who didn't want him out here. So we were just talking to some people about their thoughts on socialism as well as communism and anarchism and how these ideologies may conflict or stand in solidarity out here.
Okay.
Could I film you?
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
So I'm from California, so my words are very strange sometimes. So I think the idea of communism, when it's not been perverted and like bastardized, is a pretty good idea. I don't think it'll ever happen in America. I think the closest we could ever get is democratic socialism. Nowhere near like a socialist state, but I think like we already have social programs that are really helpful for a lot of people, and I just think that we need more of that. I was a foster kid, so like I saw that side of like people being like, oh well, like just do what you can for people, but it doesn't really work that way, you know? Like pull yourself up by the bootstraps doesn't work when you've been dealt a shit hand in life, like a foster kid who gets released from foster care. It's just kind of like, go forth and do what you can, but you can't really do much if you don't start with something. And I think social programs like insurance or like stamps, Medicaid, they're so important because it's not a huge step, but it's something. It's something so that you are guaranteed food, you're guaranteed that if you get sick, you can go to the doctor. And I think that that's really important because, you know, not a lot of people have that. Other countries do, but we don't. We're one of the only first world countries that doesn't do that, and that's so screwed.
Well, and even when we talked with the man who said he was a communist, he even said that he would be willing to have a form of democratic socialism, hopefully that would transition into actual socialism. But my question is, have you ever seen anything like that happen out here where there's conflicting ideologies and somebody gets attacked because they're a little too extreme?
I haven't seen someone get attacked. I've seen people like yell. So at the Alex Preddy protest that we were at, someone called to do a prayer, and someone was like, no, we're not doing that because that's what led to all this. Religion is the cause of this, which, you know, I do think that organized religion can be, but the organizers were like, hey, we're not trying to fight with each other. We can have a moment of silence. It doesn't have to be a prayer. I think sometimes when people come and they're so focused on one thing that they see something else, they can like get distracted from the point of it. The point isn't to argue with each other. The point is ICE is killing people. ICE shouldn't be doing that. ICE should not be taking children as bait. They should not be doing everything that they're doing right now. Obama deported way more people than the Trump administration did, and you didn't see Obama's people out here doing that. Like, it's crazy. And I think that's the issue, is that you get distracted. You're like, wait, what? What is that? I don't agree with that. I'm going to argue with that. And you shouldn't. You need to stay focused on the message that we're sending.
Any other thoughts or comments today? Appreciate your time.
No, sorry if it was a little, like, scrambled. The ADHD and, like, the Valley Girl in me, it does not go well.
No, it was really engaging, and I appreciate the insight. So thank you again.
Yeah, of course.
Have a good one.
You too, Jordan.
Thanks. So yeah, we're out here in front of Congressman Jeff Crank's office. We're about to end this live stream, but this has been an interesting one. Started out with a admitted communist getting yelled at and told to leave. That kind of escalated into one of the organizers talking to him, and then us talking to people about the confliction of these ideologies. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. I think they said they like my hat too. So yeah, if you like my hat in the chat, go ahead and put that thumbs up. I don't know, I feel like maybe it wasn't too popular out here today. I gave people a chance to talk to me, and I got some dirty looks over the hat. I don't know, maybe it was just me. Yeah, I see people in the chat there. I am not here for or against anything necessarily. I'm here as an independent observer. We're a constitutionalist Christian company, so take whatever you will from that, but we're not here to support any candidate or anything like that. We're here to talk to people and give everybody an uncut view of what's going on so they can make their own decisions. So yeah, if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. What you're seeing right here is the infamous ICE mobile. that's been going around town. So we're going to get a close-up look at it before we end this live stream. Yeah, so hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We're going to continue to come out here, talk to people, and give you a first-hand view of what's going on in Colorado, Colorado Springs, Denver, and the surrounding areas, and then hopefully all throughout the U.S.